Whenever you're ready, dog. And we should be live. What's going on, D-Bags? Hope you guys are doing well. We're back here again with another episode, the 224th episode to be exact, of the dtalks podcast. If you're new here and enjoy music, podcast, comedy, or hooping videos, do consider subscribing or connect with me, Darren, Rita, any of the links down below. We've got a whole lot of stuff going on around here. When you do subscribe, connect with me, leave likes, comments, any of that stuff. Helps us share conversations and laughs like we're going to have tonight with more people. So do consider doing that. Now, before I can introduce you guys to my guest this week and start chopping it up with him, got to talk to you guys a little bit about your personal grooming because you're not doing it right, okay? We've all been there before. Maybe it's date night. Maybe you're just going to a nudist beach. I don't know what you're doing, but you didn't trim the bushes, and now the cutesy little garden you had is kind of a sprawling rainforest of sorts, right? It's a little sweaty, moist. It's disgusting. It's not a good look. So what do? You reach for that cheap razor you got, Kmart, blue light special, and you start hacking at things you shouldn't be hacking at. It's a dangerous game you're playing, okay? You don't got to do that anymore. You got to go nuts. Go Nuts, which I've got one right here. Go Nuts is a revolutionary, first-of-its-kind, patented designed razor that's unlike anything else on the market. It's designed specifically to not leave you with any rashes or gashes, with safety in mind. So quit playing yourself using the same products that swear they're going to protect you, but use the same sorts of technology and leave you with the same cuts and nicks. So you can put in a pre-order right now. They're actually sold out, I think, on back order for like another week or two. Go to thegonuts.com and you can use code Rita47 to save some money on there and help support the channel. That's thegonuts.com, code Rita47. Support the channel today. Now, with all that good stuff out of the way, I'm pumped to introduce you guys to my guest this week. Let's give a wet dtalks welcome to comedian Darrell Cochran is here. I said the last name right.
You did.
I did. Okay, good. I got a couple reps in before we went live.
Yeah, for sure. Thanks for having me, man. I appreciate it.
Appreciate you being here, man. You reached out a couple weeks back, and I'm glad we were able to set it up. We were chopping it up before we went live about some anime and some things like that, which I'm sure we'll get into. But, Darrell was actually my soccer name.
Oh.
So, like, I don't know what you know how people have, like, a Starbucks name?
Mm-hmm.
Where it's like you get, like, a really white suburban name to be on the cup.
Mm-hmm.
We did a similar thing when I played soccer in high school where they're just like, we're going to give you a different name.
Mm.
My name was Darrell for some reason. I don't know why they gave me that.
Probably because they just didn't like the N. Nah, two L's.
Oh, okay.
Forget the N.
Did you play soccer? Maybe it was in a roundabout way connected.
I played soccer when I was like in elementary school.
Okay, so not really.
Yeah, not really.
No, okay. So yeah, it was just totally out of the blue. Do you have a Starbucks name?
The amount of times that the baristas have gotten my name wrong, I can tell you that Darrell is spelled so many different ways, but not really a Starbucks name, no.
What are the different ways that people would spell Darrell? And what's the most interesting way, I should say?
The most interesting one I got was Darryell.
Wow.
And I looked it up, and that still technically spells Darrell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Somebody was drunk when they wrote that one down.
Yes.
Yeah,
100%.
like somebody's parents had a problem.
Yeah.
But that's okay, it is what it is. I asked because I actually was thinking about this when I was thinking about telling you about the Darrell being my soccer name. I pulled up a Starbucks name generator, and I figured we could see what each of our names were going to be if you'd want. So you spell yours Darrell.
Mm-hmm.
So we're just going to see. I don't know if this website's legit or not, but I clicked this coffee cup, and oh, look at that. Darrell. Darrell.
Yeah.
So is that like a thing? Do they just spell shit wrong?
I think they do. I was talking to someone recently, and they told me that Starbucks employees are actually encouraged to do that because it will make people post photos online, and it'll get people to come to more Starbucks.
Shit,
yeah.
dude.
The funniest one I've seen was someone went to Starbucks, and they said their name was Brian, but it said Brian with a Y. So what did the person do? They spelled out Brian with a Y, like on the cup.
Oh, shit, dude. Like a rapper almost, Brian with the Y.
Yep.
That's hard, dude.
Yep.
That's sick. Yeah, I would always just go with Darrell. One of my buddies, his was like Grayson, and they would spell that all types of ways, dude. It was fucking weird. Yeah. But yeah, I don't know. I'm gonna see real quick before we get into anything. I'm gonna see what mine is real quick.
I don't know. Maybe that's just the one way baristas can get back at the customers for being such assholes sometimes.
Yeah, they are assholes. What is mine? Mine just says that's got to say Damon. Oh, you guys can't see it.
No, that's pretty much Damon.
Yeah, it is. It says blonde roast for Damon. I wouldn't get a blonde roast. But do you go to Starbucks a lot? Are you a coffee drinker?
I don't go to Starbucks. I drink more chais.
Chai.
I'm a chai guy.
Chai tea?
Chai teas, yeah.
Shit. Do you put like oat milk in it?
Almond milk with a splash of honey.
Oh shit.
Yeah, it tastes
Put
so
me
good.
on game right here.
So good. It's so good.
Damn, where do you go for a good chai?
Collectivo.
Collectivo. Okay,
Yeah,
that's fair.
yeah.
That's a staple around here.
Yeah, there's one like down the street from my house, so it's convenient.
Okay, that's solid. Well, aside from coffee and things like that, man, you're in the comedy space.
Mm-hmm.
We've been having quite a few comedians on recently, and we were talking a little bit off air about how you kind of got into comedy. So we're not gonna maybe rehash all that, but I'd love to know, as someone who's super interested in the comedy sphere, what was that push, man? That was like, because you've been doing it now for 5 years, you said?
5 years tomorrow.
5 years tomorrow, which happy anniversary.
Thank you.
That's terrific.
Thank you.
What was the push 5 years ago to get you to do it?
The push 5 years ago, it was just, I graduated from college, fresh out of college. I'm talking like a month out of college,
What'd
right?
you go to school for?
I went to school for information technology.
That sounds really boring, man.
It's literally you watch the transfer of data. Like, that's what you care about is data and the data that people create.
Okay.
That's pretty much what that sums down to. But I just got out of college. I got the job. Like, I was going to work. And I remember it was a Monday night. I got home, cracked a beer. And I'm not even a big, like, drinker like that. Got home, cracked a beer, and I sat on my couch. And I just sat there, and I was like, is this it? Yeah. Like, is this really it? Like, I had like an epiphany right there. Like, I'm not being creative at work because it's all like set in stone in the tech sphere. Like, there's not a lot of, unless you're creating something in tech, you're not really.
You're just
creative.
Like you say, you're watching data. You're just analyzing it.
Right. So, I just needed something, and the opportunity and the idea came into my head via a party with my cousin, and yeah, I've just been doing it ever since, and I loved it. We kind of talked about this a little bit off here.
But that first, do you remember anything from that first time you went up?
Yeah, the endorphins that my body pumped into me.
Yeah.
My hands went numb, colors got really bright, and I just remember, I didn't go blank. I remember everything I said on stage, but I didn't have any jokes ready. I just talked about dumb shit that happened to me because I thought that's what comedy was. So,
were you like, do you remember if you were really like sweating, like nervous while you were up there, or did you, because of the endorphins, were you like just feeling super good?
I was feeling cold. Like, when the hands went numb.
Like you were dead.
Yeah, like my hands went numb. My skin felt like cold to the touch. Like, you were, like, it was warm, but when you touched me, like, everything was cold, almost like that.
Damn, bro, you had a fever of some sort.
Hey,
dude.
Those endorphins, man. When you jump into fight or flight, maybe I jumped into fight or flight for a second.
Probably, dude. I've definitely jumped into fight or flight during some conversations, so I imagine first time doing stand-up is probably like that.
Yeah.
That's wild, dude. But hey, props to you for sticking with it for 5 years, man.
Thank you, man. Appreciate it.
And now you're out here, you're doing shit everywhere, man. I see you got shows coming up. You're gonna be at the roast battle here this week on Wednesday.
Yep.
I've been talking a couple of comedians on here that have been involved in the roast stuff. What is your mindset going into a roast battle as opposed to like going into a set?
A roast battle is, you have to be more on because you have to react off of what the other comic is saying about you. And these are clever people. Like, they know how to use their words, and like, you hang on every word, and you have like maybe 2 seconds to get that rebuttal. And the rebuttals are even better because it's like off the cuff. Yeah. Like, you had to be like ready for that when someone said it.
I feel like, there's probably a lot of moments where it's like, there's no way I could have written that better.
Right.
You know, in a roast battle, at least I imagine. That's cool, dude. That's really cool. Any standout moments from, I'm sure you've been doing the roasts for a while.
Yeah. I think right now I'm 7-2 out of all the roasts I've done.
7-2, there we go.
Doing pretty well. Just go in with the best. I don't know, like, with roast battles, it's almost like you're going back. You remember like when you were in middle school?
Yeah.
And around the lunch table and all the guys were just like shitting on each other for no reason?
Yeah.
It's almost like you're working that muscle again. You almost have to go back to your small self and poke that bear and be like, hey, I need you to be mean. Come on. I need you.
Yeah, just be ruthless, man. Kids don't have a filter. Nope. That's where that comes from. You'll be at the lunch table with your boys, and like, we had a friend with a lazy eye, dude, and he had to wear an eye patch for a little while to correct it. Yeah. And I remember somebody like he was giving somebody shit about something at recess, and then somebody just goes up to him, pulls the eye patch, and lets it go, snap against his head, and then it's just like calling him a cyclops and shit. Like, bro, kids are ruthless, bro.
Yes. Oh yes.
And they hugged it. Like, I mean, they didn't hug it out, but like, they was cool the next day. You know, I mean, he cried about it for sure. But
yeah, he cried on the way home.
Yeah,
he cried in the car.
But it's like crazy, dude. Like, we will do that to each other. So you have to get that. You have to tap into that for a roast battle.
Yep,
that makes sense, dude.
Because with roast battles, it's more like you can say something simple like, "Oh, you're fat."
Yeah.
But with roast, it's like, how creative can I get to get the audience to know that I think that you're fat.
Yeah.
So it's almost like a roundabout way to do it, but when it works out, it works out so.
Yeah, you
so
have to. It's similar to like in like boxing or something where it's like you're not just gonna go straight for the hook. You got to kind of change directions before you come in for that big swing.
Yep. Give them the evidence, give them what they're looking at, and then hit them with something. Yep.
God damn. And I'm sure too. Like obviously, there's probably a lot of comics there for that stuff, but there's also just regular people that maybe don't know the intricacies of people's relationships and stuff like that. So you have to, hey, bring them into this and then lay it down. That's cool. That's cool. That's a lot of fun. Anything recently been going on outside of comedy though that's been on your mind, pissing you off a little bit?
On my mind, pissing me off. Well, we were talking about the Kingdom Hearts 3.
Yeah. And
how that was a utter and complete failure. But current events right now, I mean, war always sucks, but I don't even want to jump into that topic.
Yeah. I'll tell you what's a close second to war is I was at a restaurant the other day, and not a real restaurant, like a fast casual dining, you know, like a Noodles and Company. It wasn't a Noodles. It was some other Max. That's what it was. They do mac and cheese or whatever. I'm there, and this place I checked on the way out. It was a 100-person capacity room. Okay, they got one bathroom for each gender, right? But it's like one person can go in at a time. You're supposed to lock it. And we get down. We order our food. I'm waiting for the food to come out. I want to go to the bathroom, so I go to the bathroom. I go to open up the door, and it opens. And there is a kid on the toilet. So I'm like, okay. And I don't see anything. I just see his leg. And he's like, oh, no. So I close the fucking door and I walk away. And like 20 minutes goes by. I see what looks like a kid walk out from the bathroom section. So I'm like, okay, I can probably go to the bathroom now. So I go up. This is, again, like 20 minutes later. And I go to open it again. First off, I knocked first because I was just to be safe. No one says anything. I go to open it again. And now there is a child standing ass full of shit. No. And I'm like, and I've never been like that mean adult person ever, but I was just like, lock the door, bro. And then I closed the door and walked away. And like, I walked out and I was just like looking in this room, like, which one of you fucks? Whose kid is that? And I'm trying to see, and I figured out who it was pretty quickly because he was sweating. I could tell he was like, that guy's went back there twice, and I know my little fucking whoever is in the bathroom. And I'm like, dude,
your little buddy.
Yeah, that shit pissed me off, bro. I don't know. You know to lock it. Like this kid was like 8, 9, or 10 years old, right around that age. Like he knows to lock the door. Especially, we've all been there before where you forget to do it.
Right.
Pretty much. Somebody walks in.
If you've ever used a public bathroom, lock
it's
the
happened,
door.
you know. But and sure, maybe you've forgotten once, but like if you forgot, you lock in that bitch immediately when that person leaves.
Right.
Like, oh my god.
Right.
How the fuck I do it twice in 20 minutes, bro? The same kid.
Sometimes you just are that lucky.
I guess, dude. So I don't know. That should be pissing me off.
I'm thinking about it now. Something that did piss me off is I lost my AirPods recently. That pissed me off. Like, and I'm usually pretty good at keeping track of where I keep stuff.
Yeah.
But then all of a sudden they're just gone, and I forgot to turn on like the Find Your Buds feature, and I don't know the last time I had them near me, so they're just gone.
They're just gone.
They're just gone in the wind. Yeah,
you don't even have like one. Nope. I know sometimes people have like a singular pod.
I lost the pods and the charging case. Like I lost the whole fucking thing. Lost the whole bitch, man.
yeah, dude. That's the tough part because those are expensive too, dude. Right? A couple $100.
Yeah, they're not fun to replace. So
no, see, I got the wired ones somewhere still. I'm just rocking those. I'm too nervous to pull the trigger.
My phone doesn't have a headphone jack anymore, so I can't rock the wired ones.
They don't have headphone jack?
Not on some cell phones. Not on newer age ones. No.
Oh, yeah. That's what I was going to say. Even the iPhones don't. Do you have an iPhone? Or you don't use an iPhone?
Android.
Shit, you Android with the Apple AirPods.
They were Google Pixel Buds that I lost.
Okay, that's why they're gone.
Yeah. They weren't my buds. They were like, no, we get the fuck out of here.
Yeah, get the fuck out of here, bro. That's interesting. Okay, so you all Android then? All Google?
I'm a big fan of Android, yeah.
Okay, but you in data, so you got to know something I don't.
I just know that I can customize my phone more than you can customize yours.
Shit. What if I jailbreak mine though? Then I get the regular shit that you would get without doing something.
But what if I jailbreak Android?
You can do that?
Yeah, you can.
What's the legality on that, dude? Is that like super legal? I remember being in high school and like we were jailbreak. I got my first like iPhone when I was like a freshman or a sophomore in high school, and like we like were jailbreaking that shit.
All you're really doing is breaking warranty.
Okay.
That's all you're really doing. Like if you took it into an Apple store and they're like, "Hey, can you fix this?" It'd be like, "No, it's jailbroken. We can't touch this." So they're not gonna really track you down and try to, unless you're like stealing money. I mean, getting apps for free and then being able to manipulate the code, that's different. But
yeah, we was on that a little bit, you know. Just like some of those in-app purchases, bro, are bullshit.
Oh,
Like,
yeah.
why not?
The microtransactions.
Yeah,
It's coming everywhere.
Everybody, and that's what everyone saw what Apple or what the App Store did, and they were like, "Yo, let's put that into these AAA games now."
Now that's all everything is just microtransactions and pay for what you want or loot boxes.
Yeah, the loot boxes shit is hard. Did you I don't know if are you a Star Wars guy at all?
No, but I did hear about what they did.
The Battlefront game a couple of years ago.
Yep.
Yeah, that one hurt me, bro. That one hurt because I remember like playing Battlefront 2 on PS2. Like was like one of the best games ever. And like when they announced like Battlefront came out and that one was okay. Like it was cool because it was all new graphics and everything, but it was such a small game. Like there was nothing to do in it. And they like promised with the second one there's gonna be a ton of shit, all eras of Star Wars, right? You get I bought the $80 version of this fucking game pre-order.
Premium.
Right?
Pre-order.
I was like, I want that shit, bro. I
pre-order.
know, dude. But it looks so good. I'm like, they're showing. I played a demo at Naboo and everything. I'm like, man, this is fun. And yeah, the game came out, and I forget. Someone ended up like going in and I don't know if it was through the code or if they had like done whatever math to figure it out. But to unlock all of the heroes in the game would have taken you like over 100 something hour, or not over 100. It was, I want to say 10,000 or something hours of playing this game to do it without buying any microtransactions or loot boxes because it was baked into the progression.
Yep.
And so they got sued by like a bunch of countries for that because it was like considered like promoting gambling to children basically because Star Wars is a fucking child's IP.
Yep.
And yeah, so they removed that, but and apparently it's a better game now. But yeah, I just remember being super hurt by that when that happened.
That's what it is. They want kids to gamble. A lot of companies find that why make someone go to a casino to gamble when you can just get them at home.
Yeah.
Yeah. Why not?
Is there any games or franchises of yours that you're a fan of that you've seen fall victim to this?
Yep. There's a game that I play that is probably the first one that ever did that, the loot box mechanic.
What game?
It's called Maple Story.
Maple Story. What is it about? I never heard
It's
of
a Korean MMO that came out in like early 2000s. It's still around today. Yeah, they do microtransactions.
Was it like, did it not have them at one point and then they brought them in, or?
Before it was mostly cosmetics, and then there was a thing called a gachapon machine where you literally bought a ticket, which was $1 in real life money, and you just threw it in there and it would give you just a random item. That was it. Almost like a pinball machine. Well, not a pinball machine, but
a slot machine.
Slot machine, yeah. I'm thinking of like the ones like at grocery stores where you put the quarter in and the little capsules come out and whatever you get is what you get. Like where you get the slap hands from that you could slap people with. Yeah, like that.
Shit, dude.
Yeah.
Did that hurt? Did you ever put $1 in?
Oh yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah. Still playing it today. So they got me when I was like in my teens. So
yeah, bro. I put a little bit of money into Fortnite. I'm not proud of that. So
Fortnite was a good game when I played it. It was like around that time the John Wick skin came out.
That was
peak.
Prime, bro.
That was peak. I had fun. It was so much fun.
Dude, I remember, yeah, that would be like, honestly, like a Friday night with me and my roommates would be like, dude, let's just order a pizza and play Fortnite tonight.
Me in the Discord. I was on PC playing with friends online. It was great.
God,
because it was that point where a lot of it was still gun skill. Like if you get headshots, you get better kills.
Yeah.
And building was there, but it wasn't like crazy how it has gotten.
Yeah.
And it was still a great time.
I think that's right when they first introduced Builder Pro, which is where like you could kind of build like on console a little bit easier, but no one was that good at it yet.
Right.
Where it was like only the sweats could really like the whole meme was like if you missed a shot on a John Wick, they turn around and like build a whole thing castle around you.
Yep.
That was fun, dude. I try to play every once in a while now, bro.
I play no build if I do play nowadays.
No, but I have to go no build.
I have to go no build. Like you beat me with your gun. Beat me with your gun. Don't just build a fortress out of nowhere because you can. Like,
yeah. Or I pull up whenever they bring the lightsabers back around for Star Wars event because it's the only thing that like nullifies people that are sweats versus me who sucks. Because I can just hide, wait till the end, and they'll give you like a force push ability. I got some crazy clips, bro. Of me force pushing like 4 or 5 people out of the storm when it's just like,
I think last time I played is when they had the DBZ, like
I bought those
and then slam down on people. Yeah, I thought that was.
I bought
fun.
Goku and Vegeta as well. that one is. That's the thing, bro. I don't play the game, and then one of my friends that plays it will send me like a video or a picture of like something that's coming out that he knows I'm a fan of, like Dragon Ball or something. And I'm like, fuck, I gotta spend $20 on this game. And so I play it for like 2 weeks just to own the skin.
Yeah.
And then that's it.
Yeah. Fortnite's in a very interesting spot because I don't know exactly. They made the Battle Royale like the thing. but I just don't know where they go from here because all the stuff that they're adding in, it's almost like it's a completely different game.
Yeah.
Like back from when I played, like when in its prime, like you could build, you had weapons, you had potions, sure, but now it's like you got vehicles, different mechanics, stamina bars. I'm just like, this is a completely different game.
Yeah, it is. It's a lot like they added like abilities and shit. So it's like you can kind of choose, like you get a couple abilities at the beginning of a match that it'll like, and it'll be random, and it's like choose which ones. But there are some of them that are like way better than others. So it's kind of, it is different.
Yeah, and they host concerts now.
They do host
ASAP Rocky had a whole concert, and I'm like, what the hell is this?
Yeah,
like,
bro.
crap.
Marshmello had a fucking concert. Travis Scott had one. No one died at that one.
If I was a kid, yeah, true, no one died at that one. If I was someone died.
Someone
was in the back
someone
of the
got
Rocky
no scoped. Yeah,
yeah. Yeah. As a kid, if that happened free to play on a free to play game, I'd be hooked. I'd be like, yeah, there's a concert happening in game. What do you mean? This is the spot to be.
Yeah, dude, that's pretty cool. At Fortnite, yeah, for as many memes and as much as I feel like it's easy to shit on Fortnite, it is that game's gonna, like, we're gonna talk about that game for a long time to come.
Yep.
Hopefully it gets better or does something new. I don't know.
Maybe.
They don't need to, I guess.
They'll just branch out like everybody else and try different stuff.
Yeah. Yeah, they got a bunch of game modes and shit now too. Got some people in the live chat. Say Duncan says, "Let's go." What's up, Duncan? We got who is this? Pro Nobi. What's up, dog? How are you? But yeah, dude, Fortnite's crazy. We were talking video games before we went live a little bit. I saw that you're a fan of Kingdom Hearts, and we were complaining about Kingdom Hearts 3 not living up to expectations. Do you think with like all these franchises in general now, these long-running franchises, especially when there is like a big gap in like stuff coming out, that it's like almost impossible for them to get right? Like what, or is it just them, like executives not listening? Because like I'm a big fan of Star Wars, right? And they had a big gap. The Disney ones came back, and myself as well as a lot of people were like not super loving them. Kingdom Hearts, like I followed the series, so I was buying all the random consoles to play every fucking game as it was coming out.
Right.
But a lot of people just played 1 and played 2, and then we're like waiting. I mean, what is it, like 10 or 15 years or something for the third one?
A whole console. Remember, nothing came out on the PS3.
Yeah, so it's like it's fucking insane, you know. And it came out at the end of 4, basically. I mean, like a year or two before 5 was coming out. So it's like, I feel like there's an element there where it's like you're building this thing up to be this monster that there's no way you could like satisfy everybody. But I also think like we're not listening. Like there's no way you can go from Kingdom Hearts 2, which is a phenomenal game, like front to back, and even like if you played the remix version where you get to play the final mix and everything, insanely good game. Stands the test of time right now.
Yes.
Where 3 is it's a fun play, but is it like, if you were like, what do you want to play right now? I'd play 2.
Yeah. I think when they have those huge breaks like that, it's literally studio turnover. You're not going to have the same people there that were working on the original ones, so the team is completely different. Executives, I think the gaming industry is in a very weird spot, right? Where they don't see themselves as an entertainment, because I think we came out of the golden age of video games. We got to experience that, like the N64, GameCube, PS2, Xbox 360 was a great time, where you could literally, the people would release a game and it'd be a good game, and that's all they would go.
It'd be done.
It would be a done game. Now, gaming studios, they see themselves as a tech/entertainment company. So they don't really, like the entertainment, like, yeah, you're booting up this thing and it's good, but they want the tech. They want the business side. Because look at all these billion-dollar tech companies that are just raking in cash.
Yeah.
And they're just like, this should be us.
Yeah, and I think kind of going back to when we were talking about the mobile games, and even with like, I think it has to do a little bit with like streaming and shit. Everything is subscription. So it's like they just want you to, I don't want, if I make a phenomenal $60 video game, or now they're $70 or whatever, I make a phenomenal $70 game that's polished front to back, you could get for that $70, realistically, if it's a great game. I played the new God of War. I think I have like 60, 65 or 70 hours on that game. That's $1 for every hour worth of entertainment, right?
Right.
They would much rather have you pay $70 for that game up front, and maybe the storyline is 10, 15 hours, whatever, and then they want you just sticking around, putting microtransactions, making all this extra money, because they want your value per hour, or your, like, how much you'd be paying for hour of entertainment to go down, or go up. I mean, go
right.
up. Yeah.
And how much are you willing to spend? I think that's another thing. They have logistics where they look at that. Like, people are willing to spend that amount of money. Like, you see streamers all the time, like $1,000 go at this, trying to get a loot box, and people are willing to do that. And it's not because business found out, like, look, we could sell you this shirt, this exclusive shirt for $3, right? We could do it. It's not that much. We make money off of it. It's no big thing. But why would we guarantee you that when we can surround that shirt in a box around a bunch of other crap that you don't want and sell it to you for $3?
Yeah.
And just have you keep rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling and rolling.
Yeah.
And that's the RNG of it, is you can be in that loop forever. They could have your $3, or they could have $2,000 of your money.
Yeah.
So which one are they gonna pick?
The $2,000. Yeah,
Yeah.
man. That's what sucks, dude. It's tough. I mean, look at me. I'm in that loop right now with Fortnite, bro. I haven't played in 6 months, but I'm sure they're gonna drop something soon.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, I'll be right back at it.
Yep.
It's just tough when you see that with franchises. Even too when you see like these franchises, movie franchises, TV, anime. Right. I'm a big Dragon Ball fan.
Mm-hmm.
They waited a long time to pick it back up, and they started doing Super. And there's a lot of people have a lot of gripes with that, with the animation especially, but like even the storytelling and some of like the nostalgia bait. It's like, I don't know. Sometimes things feel like, and I love it. I'm a fan of it. I'm still happy to consume some of the content, but it's like sometimes you're like, dude,
Right.
it's a little insulting that
Right.
I'm just gonna keep dumping money into this.
Right. When I heard about the Super Dragon Ball, I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. And when I heard about what they were doing, I'm just like, yeah, I don't need to watch this.
Yeah.
Like some things you just need to let
go.
Let it go. Just let it go.
Yeah, maybe I need to do that. I'm too invested now. I was the same way. I didn't watch it when it came out, but I watched it recently, and I was like, there's some cool stuff that happens,
Yeah.
but a lot of it is contrived.
Have you ever gone back and watched an anime series that you loved as a kid?
Well, right now I'm watching Dragon Ball Z.
Okay. Yeah, that's fair. Yeah.
And it's I will say I'm watching Kai, which is probably a lot better than Z was.
Yeah.
But have you done something similar?
I did. G Gundam. I was a huge fan. That was the only Gundam show that I liked, G Gundam, because they had a interesting interaction where they would go in the Gundam and they would put on like these hypertensive suits that would like stick to them, and whatever the Gundam felt, they felt.
Oh.
So like if the Gundam took a punch, that person felt it in their gut too. Like it was
Yeah.
not just like you're sitting in a pilot's chair and it gets hit and you're like, and you just saw them shaking and it hurt. I'm like, no, you're not really getting
they
hurt.
was getting fucked up.
Yeah. I rewatched it recently and it was bad.
Yeah.
It was the main character was an asshole. The story just didn't work well. The animation was kind of subpar. And it's a Gundam show, so you see the Gundam power-up animation every single episode. That's at least 5 minutes of the episode
Really?
right there. So, yeah, going back and watching one, I'm just like, yeah, this ain't good. As a kid, I thought, like, this is the greatest one. Like, I even bought models that I made, like little Hobby Lobby models of those Gundams.
Shit, dude.
Going back and watching, I'm like, yeah, this is trash.
Yeah, that hurts though to go back and like find something that like you really really loved, and
Yeah.
you're like, man.
Like a lot of the freeze frames, the like crappy animation, like you start seeing things like this is so bad, like holy crap.
Yeah. I think it makes like shit that we consumed as like when we were younger that was like truly great, and maybe we didn't even know how good it was.
Mhm.
Like it really sticks out that much more. Like even something like Shrek, dude, as an animated like kids movie.
Mm-hmm.
That's a great movie.
It is.
That's a great Shrek 1 and 2 are phenomenal.
Shrek 2 over Shrek 1.
I love Shrek 2.
Shrek 2?
Shrek 2 is
That's the pinnacle.
that is gas, bro.
It's like Kingdom Hearts. It's the pinnacle.
Dude, what is it with these sequels are phenomenal, And it's like when something that is made, I feel like a kid's film or maybe a show that's maybe geared more towards children or something like that. When it's done like with respect to the audience's intelligence, like when you don't just like talk down to kids.
Mm-hmm.
It ends up like holding up. Like you'll watch it back as an adult and be like, dude, the themes like this is legit.
Yeah.
Even like I'm again watching Dragon Ball right now, and I'm like, dude, this is fucking fun to watch.
Yeah.
Like this is fun. And I remember watching it as a kid. I do get pissed they censored a lot of shit. They censored a lot of shit in this re-release because they wanted it to be more for kids.
Yeah.
But
I think that's just a sign of a good animation studio in general. You even find that in cartoons, like cartoons that can get adults and kids to laugh. Like
Yeah.
you like SpongeBob even had like
God,
jokes for kids, and then you watch it later as an adult, and you're like, oh, that was
Yeah.
a joke for an adult. Holy
Yeah.
crap. Like yeah.
dude, yeah, yeah, SpongeBob was phenomenal. You seen the SpongeBob movie?
Which one?
The OG.
The OG
First one.
Yeah.
That's a
Yeah,
great movie.
That was a
too.
good movie.
That's a great movie too. Damn. See now I'm on that nostalgia train right now. You get into speaking of watching and consuming content, you watch the influencer boxing scene at all?
No.
Do you keep up to date with any of that?
No. I only catch it like if someone's streaming it illegally.
Okay, there you go.
And it's like it's not even a boxing match to me. How shiny everything is in that room.
Yeah.
I'm just like, what the hell is happening here? Like,
Trust me, yeah. I paid for this event this past weekend, dude, because I was invested.
who was fighting?
It was Logan Paul was fighting Dylan Dennis. Dylan Dennis is a 4-time like jiu-jitsu world champion, and they hate each other. There was like this whole really big storyline. He was like dragging his fiance and shit. Like So I was into it, man. And this dude didn't even fight.
Yep.
He fucking stood there the whole time like this and just let Logan Paul beat the shit out of him.
Yep. Because I'm sure was the script. That was in the script.
It was so dumb, dude. Like, he didn't even try. And I'm like, dude, why? Dude, you sold this fight so good, bro.
You just got microtransactions.
Dude, I got fucked, bro. I'm in the loop right now. I'm in the Matrix right now. Yeah, that hurt. That hurt me big. Outside of comedy and anime, man, what you be getting into?
What do I get in? I'm a big fan of longboarding.
Longboarding?
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
shit.
I love longboarding.
You go down like the big hills?
Not
really
the big
fast?
hills, no.
Oh.
I'm not going 70 miles an hour in a t-shirt. That's not happening. But
Yeah.
I like longboarding like in Milwaukee. I like longboarding in the rich folk neighborhoods because the streets seem to be a little bit better. Not so many potholes, you know.
Yeah.
And at night, I like longboarding at night because it's just so peaceful. No traffic on those roads. So
Yeah.
you can find me in Shorewood and Whitefish Bay, just randomly
Yeah.
flying
Just
by
rolling.
people. Yeah.
Shit, dude. Yeah, I never got into longboarding, man. Longboarding, skateboarding, any of that, dude. Do you ever eat shit?
Oh yeah. The concrete is a very unforgiving surface.
I know.
It doesn't matter who you are, color, complexion, weight, whatever. It's
Yeah.
gonna hurt if you fall. It hurts.
Yeah, it's so hard for me to get into stuff like that because I'm just like the learning curve is getting hurt.
Hey, get up and dust yourself off.
I
and
know,
try again,
but man, I don't know. Maybe if I would have got into it when I was younger, I just feel like I'm too old now to fucking
It's
crack
too
my
late.
skull open.
I was 26 when I got into longboarding.
Okay, so I'm about to be 25.
yeah,
So
you still got time.
Okay,
Plenty of
shit.
time.
Shit, that's not an excuse then. I'm scared. I'm just nervous, man. I guess I'm just scared.
I will say longboarding, you have way more leeway than a skateboard.
Yeah.
Like a skateboard, you have to be a little bit more precise, and with those tiny wheels, you feel everything.
Yeah.
Longboards, they have bigger wheels, so you can go over more, and the
Mm.
board is also bigger, so you have more room
Yeah.
for error before
just like
you
a
actually.
big enough rock, man, and your whole day's ruined.
Oh yeah, sticks are the worst.
Sticks.
Yep, a stick that's big enough to hit both of your wheels at the same time.
Oh,
yeah,
God.
that's rough.
Yeah, that's got to be difficult, man. That's got to be difficult. Any what's the worst injury you've ever gotten from doing it?
Funny story. Before I learned how to brake, I went down this hill, and it was like halfway through the hill, I was like, wait, I don't remember how to stop. I used to just just lazily stop at just slow down and stop.
Yeah.
Going down this hill, don't know how to stop. There's an intersection right at the bottom of the hill, and there's a stop sign for the traffic going my way, but there's no stop sign for the traffic crossing.
Oh God.
So I'm like, I have two options. Either I risk it and go and hope to God I don't get hit by a car, or I just eat it. And what did I
Yeah.
do? I took my foot off the board, put that foot down, and I ate shit. Now, the smarter thing to do probably would have been to ride off into somebody's grass and then eat shit.
Yeah.
Nope, I literally just put my foot down,
You just-
wham, just
God.
tumbled, had a huge like not gash, but like a scab on my arm,
Yeah.
on my back. I didn't realize it was on my back because I still had to go to class that day, and the whole day my back, I'm like, I'm fucking hurting. What's going on? I remember I like felt back there, and I still felt like blood. I was like, oh, I have a gash back there.
God
So,
damn,
yeah,
bro.
couple cuts, couple bruises, but got back up on the board. And still
Yeah.
went out later that day.
Shit, dude. Okay, so
Yeah.
it's it was a life or death situation potentially.
Pretty
but,
much.
But you made it out
Yep.
with just a couple scratches.
Yep.
Maybe yeah. Maybe
Headphones flew everywhere because I was still on the iPod. So
Anybody see? Did anybody see?
I don't think so.
That's good.
Yeah, I don't think so.
Because I wiped out on a razor scooter one time going down a big hill,
Mm.
and yeah, there was somebody driving by, and then they pulled over to ask if I was okay, and that made it so much worse, dude.
Yeah.
Like it wasn't that bad. It was just like got scratched on my leg.
Yeah.
But the fact that they asked me, that I'm like crying as
Yeah.
I'm scootering away.
Yeah, I had that happen on a bike going down a hill with my cousins, and they're like,
Stay
"It's a
away from
fun
these
hill.
hills, man.
It's a fun hill." This was like a grass hill. It's a fun hill. And one cousin went down. He made it, and I'm like, I can make it. And so I go down. And I just remember kept getting faster and faster and faster and faster. And then there was like this little jump before you like hit the grass. And when I hit the jump, my feet went off the pedals, and I
Oh.
knew that was it for me. I was like, well, this is wherever it happens, it
Jeez.
happens. I ate
Yeah.
shit that day too.
God damn. But yeah, it's almost like that thing when a child falls, like
Mm.
a small kid, and if you like just where you're like, you're okay, you're good,
Mm-hmm.
they're fine.
Mm-hmm.
It hurts so much worse when like other people know that you should be hurting. Like if you ask a kid, like they fall down and you're like, are you okay? They'll be like, and it slowly sinks in like, oh, that hurt.
Yeah.
But it's kind of the same thing, dude.
I mean, you
wipe
fall
out.
as an adult, a lot of panic. That your first reaction when you start looking up at others is panic. You're like, I'm good, I don't need,
Yeah.
it's fine, we're good. And then you have to settle in. Like, yeah, you just fell, just calm down and sit down. I've had that happen when I teach people. I teach a couple people how to longboard, and I remember someone fell once, and they were like, no, it's fine, I can get back up and go. I'm just like, stop. Your center of gravity is off. You just fell. Just stop and just stand here and just get your balance back.
Yeah.
Honestly.
Shit. Well, you're a good teacher in that regard then.
Yeah.
That you're definitely needed in something like that. Yeah, I've never. What's the longboarding scene like in Milwaukee? Then is there a lot of people? Do you longboard with other people? Or you just do it by yourself?
I just do it by myself mostly, unless I do have 2 boards. So if someone's like interested, I'll be like, yeah, I got an extra board if you want to go sometime. But I can't say I'm like looking for groups or
what
anything
kind of
like that.
shoes you got to wear when you longboard?
Oh, just
Vans?
basic. No, I don't wear Vans. I just wear like Nike skateboarding shoes. Just flat shoes. Really, that's what you're looking for.
Shit.
Doing it in like running shoes, you don't need the arc support, and it'll feel kind of weird. So
Yeah, that's fair.
Mhm.
See, I'm just trying to get all the information so I can make an educated decision
That's
when
fair.
that time comes.
That's fair.
What aside from the longboarding, then we'll kind of tie things back to comedy here. What helps you get in a creative space to like work on comedy or do anything creative? I guess.
What helps? Trying to think what helps me with my writing process. I don't know. It used to be like I'd wake up, start my day, eat something, like smoke on a little something, and then I would start to have like thoughts running through my head, and I would just write stuff down as it came to me.
Yeah.
It's almost like you just have to let your mind wander.
Mm.
And that's where a lot of comedy comes from. Like how else there's so many people that are just like focused on one thing. Like they do this and they do this and they do this. It's like, no, you need to just sit there and think about stuff and let your mind wander, and you'll see
Gotta
where
be
you're
open for stuff.
and where your brain will take you from there. Yeah.
Yeah, that's fair. So what? I guess what's kind of your? You don't have to fucking tell your process or anything like that. But when you sit down, how long I guess for you to go from like an idea to a joke, a joke that you feel good about?
It takes a while. I mean, most of my jokes I write, like if I have something that I think is funny, I'll write it down, usually in as long as I can, not missing anything. And then you have to rewrite it, think about what words you don't need.
Yeah.
And then third revision. Oh, it's almost like writing a paper. Third revision, okay, you think you have something here, and then you go and try it out.
Yeah.
And if it doesn't work at least 2 times out of the 3 that you try it, then you might need to shelf it. You never throw anything away, but you shelf it and maybe come back to it or try to work it again. But yeah, that's pretty much it.
So you're just kind of cutting the fat out.
Yep.
Okay.
I will say I'm one of the few comics that's good at that, being this early in, because you usually don't see a lot of fat cut, like in the first 4 years of some people's careers. Like a lot of paragraphs. But me, I had a lot of fat cutting on my jokes. Yeah.
You think that's from the data analyzation? You're just like looking at this and you're like, dude, no.
I think it just comes from talking to people. Like I'm always like, if I'm telling you something, I kind of want to get to the point. Unless it is a conversation where we're just shooting shit, of course. But get to the point. Get to the point. Like as a performer, you want to get the crowd to the point as fast as you possibly can and not leave out any. Because, I mean, I'm sure you see it when you're telling a story that you think is so awesome and then you see someone else start drifting off and like not caring. I know I get that a lot when talking about anime in public, because I'll bring out one little thing and then that you see that like yeah, they'll do that, and then it's like they're kind of just there, like there but not there. So
yeah, that makes sense. Is it tough? Do you ever find yourself maybe forgetting to turn off like the comedy? Like do you ever get that hat on and you're like writing comedy, or you're maybe doing a bunch of revisions, and then maybe you're like joking around with a friend, or somebody else is joking in a group of friends or something, and you're like seeing where they could maybe do things better to make it funnier on stage, if they were to do it on stage or something like that? Are you like analyzing it like that?
In group conversation, no. When talking to other comedians, yes, for sure. Like when a comic goes up and they try a new joke, if I think of something, I'll come up to them afterward and be like, hey, you might want to try this, or you might want to try that. Yeah. Not so much in conversation, because my mind doesn't work like that. Like I do like being in the moment, not just like off in my own space all the time. So
okay, interesting, dude. Yeah, that's cool. I always like hearing how other people create, because it's so personal and it's so different. I feel like there's a lot of through lines, obviously, like you're coming to the same thing, you're creating a thing, but everybody's got their own process. Like some people are super diligent and they're like, I have to write a joke front to back every morning when I wake up or something like that, and then they'll go work on it later.
Yeah, but it's I wish I was like that. I really do.
But I think it's cool too that you can create a time and a space where you can just be like, all right, I'm gonna let shit happen.
Right.
You know, because I know for me, I do music as well as this, and I have to be pretty structured. Like I have to be like, I'm doing it from this time to this time, or else I just won't do it. I'm just like I'm like lazy deep down, I feel like, so I have to force myself to do it.
Yeah, before COVID I was very structured. Like every weekend I was writing, and then COVID happened and all my writing habits just went out of the water, because I wasn't ever a big English major. I hated English growing up. I hated it so much. They were telling you to read stuff I didn't want to read, telling you to write papers on stuff I didn't really care about, so I had a very jaded feeling about writing.
Yeah.
And now as an adult and with comedy, it's like, oh, you can write whatever the hell you want and you can have fun with it. And I'm like, okay, well, that interests me. So,
Yeah. Yeah, that's the tough part. I feel like, especially you went to college. Where'd you go to college?
UW Milwaukee.
Okay, Milwaukee. It's a good school.
Yeah.
That's a tough part. Like a lot of even high school and colleges, it's like there's some really cool tools and concepts that you can learn.
Mm-hmm.
But sometimes the packaging, like what we're using to learn that, turns so many kids off. And I think that sucks because it's like you obviously would have been good at some creative writing.
Mm-hmm.
But like if you guys were reading and writing about shit you didn't care about, then it's like,
yeah, what's the point?
yeah, and now you found it later in life, so that's good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I always think that's interesting. Do you go out to eat around here a lot?
Every now and then.
How often would you say you go out to eat?
At least twice a month.
You got any good spots? Any good recommendations you'd be willing to shout out on a
Good
pod?
recommendations I'd like
Mainly
to
for
shout
myself
out.
because I'm always trying to find new places to try.
Okay. Are we looking for sit down? Are we looking for quick? Or are we looking for?
I want to sit down.
I want to sit down. Okay. I'm trying to think of my spot. Hugh Bayview. It's a pho place.
Okay.
Do you like pho?
I don't know what pho
It's
is.
Vietnamese soup.
I've heard of pho actually recently. Someone said they were like, "Oh, I go to this pho place."
Yeah.
And I was like, "What is that?"
It's just a Vietnamese soup. Not so much ramen soup. The noodle's a little bit thinner, but yeah, it's a big bowl. They give you like a big bowl of just meat, broth, noodles, and depending on where you go, other condiments and everything. But yeah, it's like literally the beef that you get. It's almost like not rare, but kind of cooked. Like you still see a little bit of red on it, but it's literally cooking in the broth. Like that's how hot the broth is.
Oh shit!
And then the meat is cooking in there while you're also eating it. So
damn, bro.
Yeah.
But it's good stuff.
it is great.
Okay, maybe I'll try it out. What did you say the name was?
Hugh Bayview.
Hugh Bayview.
H-U-E. Yeah.
Okay, and it's a pho.
Pho place.
Pho. Okay, now look at me. I'm learning today. That's cool. When you go out to eat, you go out to eat by yourself ever? Or you go out to eat with other people?
I go out by myself most of the time.
If you go out to eat with somebody else, what's the worst type of person to go out to eat with?
The worst type of person to go out to eat with? I want to just say like the loud talkers, like the people that like shout at you while they're eating food. That is the worst.
Yeah,
that is literally the worst. Or a lot of hand gestures when there's a lot of sauce on their fingers. I'm just like, what are we doing?
When you're just watching that marinara.
Yeah, I'm
move.
like, I got glasses on, bro. Calm down. I don't want to get nothing on that. Yeah.
Yeah, dude. That's definitely. I agree with that. For me, dude, I think like it's so hard to go out to eat with people that are like really needy. Like if I say, because then I start feeling uncomfortable, bro.
Yeah.
Especially like I serve, I bartend, so it's like you'll be like out with somebody and like they'll do like the classic like, oh, can I get a extra side of this? And the server will go get it and come back and be like, actually, can I get a glass cup instead of this plastic cup for this thing? And you're like, dude,
yeah,
like just fucking drink it's water.
Yeah,
it's in a plastic cup because it's the water cup.
yeah.
Well, I want a glass. Well, fuck you.
Yeah,
Like,
people that are shitty to wait staff for sure.
Yeah,
That's when you get to really know somebody. When you see them shitty to wait staff, you're like, no, I'm good. After this, I don't ever need to come out and eat with you again.
yeah, dude. Yeah, it is weird. Like you'll look at them a little different. Like, damn, bro. Like, what if you didn't know me, I do the same thing, dude. Like that's just weird. And I don't know. It's just a respect for people, man.
Yeah.
Especially wait staff. Like they're not getting paid enough, bro. And they're working off tips. So it's like.
And I've never worked in the food industry or in the like retail industry, and I still treat people with you have
decency. Empathy.
Yeah,
and you didn't have to learn it that way.
Yeah.
That's good.
Because I understand, like, yeah, they're doing this for a paycheck, and I'm like, why would I make their job any harder? I'm sure there's plenty of other people out there being assholes for me, so I don't need to do it.
Yeah,
What's the point?
That's a good. That's a good way to look at it.
My worst retail moment, I don't even work it, but it was me realizing that they force you to say stuff. It was literally at the Disney store in Chicago.
Oh,
my cousin went in. She saw these like journals that had like cool covers on them. She's like, I love this. I want to buy it. I'm like, okay, whatever. She goes up to the counter. Check out, lady's kind of nice. And then right when she hands her the bag, I hope you have a magical evening. I literally stopped. I looked at the woman behind the counter. I'm like, I'm so sorry that they make you say that. Because I know you don't want to say that. I felt so bad.
Yeah, does that ever freak you out? You go to like Chick-fil-A and they're like, my pleasure.
Yeah.
That's weird.
You ever go inside and eat in Chick-fil-A, like on the inside?
A couple of times. It's weird.
There's always a guy like, you need something? I'm like, bro, I'm in a fast food joint.
Yeah, like, I went, trying to host.
I sat in the corner for a reason.
Yeah.
Leave me alone with this shitty little chicken sandwich and let me get through what I need to get through into my little shitty meal.
No, that's facts, actually. That's so true.
That's like if Taco Bell had a busboy going around like, what are you doing here? Like, what?
Dude, the McDonald's back by where I used to, where I'm from, like last year, recently, like they're trying to get people to use the kiosk so they can get rid of counter people.
Mm-hmm.
So they have one person that was working as a door. I don't know what the actual title was because I had a friend that was working there and he was getting trained to do this position. I forget what the working title was. It was like door. It was like welcomer. They weren't calling it a greeter because they wanted to like not do the Walmart thing.
Mm-hmm.
But basically, someone that would stand right when you walk in, that would be like, "Hi, welcome to McDonald's. Like, if you want to order, you can use our kiosks right here. Or if you need to, you can go up to the counter." And then, like, if you went up to the counter, it'd be the same guy. Then would have to, like, run back and, like, take your order. And then instead, he was, like, then he would, like, run your food out to you. They would, like, give you a number and have you go, like, sit down. And it was, like, so weird. Like, this is McDonald's, dude.
Yeah.
I'm getting a fish fillet or a fucking McChicken, bro.
Yeah.
Like, this is toxic. I'm putting toxic shit in my body.
Yep.
I don't need you to
be here.
This isn't a family restaurant. This isn't a
Yeah.
you know, we're not sitting down for some like homemade pasta. Like, I don't know, it's just weird.
I'm eating garbage. No one needs to see me eating garbage, and you keep coming over me while I keep trying to consume
we don't
garbage.
need to talk about it. Yeah, just give me it and let me do my thing, dude. Yeah, it's weird. The fast food. Do you have a favorite fast food place?
Right. Favorite fast food. If it is fast food, it would be Chipotle.
Chipotle?
Yeah.
Okay.
I'm
Yeah,
a
it's
big
like
fan.
fast casual, I'd say.
Yeah. That's
So
my
you
go.
like Chipotle better than Qdoba?
Yeah.
By a lot.
But it's literally the meat.
You think so?
Yeah. Don't get me wrong. Qdoba has better queso.
I think Qdoba has better queso too.
100% they have better queso.
Yeah,
but
yeah.
Chipotle is literally the taste of meat to me. That's why I go to Chipotle. Like, I don't even fuck with Chipotle's queso. Like, you want queso? I'm like, no, keep that shit off my stuff.
I go to Qdoba for some queso.
Yeah.
Damn, that's hilarious, bro. Now have you been living in the Midwest your whole life?
I was born and raised in Milwaukee.
Oh shit.
Yep.
Okay. Word. What's the deal with Midwest goodbyes, man? Been having people ask me about that. Some of my friends that aren't from the Midwest.
How
'cause
it
I
takes
do
so long to say goodbye?
Yeah.
It's just because, you know, you're getting ready to go and then like something might come to you. Like, I think that's what it is. Like, you wanted to bring up something the whole day while you were there with them. And then when you're getting ready to say goodbye, that's when it hits you. And then you just start going into another conversation. And you
We're
start going,
procrastinators, maybe.
hey, it happens.
It's some weird. It's like I think it's that mixed with like there's a little bit of politeness baked in there, where it's like we don't want to like it's so weird in TV shows when I will see people just be like, all right, cool, and then they'll just like hang up, like don't even say goodbye, or like people like leave someone's house like, yeah, I got it, and they'll just dip.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like here it's like if we finish this podcast, we're gonna do it right after this. We're gonna talk when the show wraps. I'm gonna say thank you, whatever. We're talk about some other shit that's going on. We're gonna go take the post picture. We're gonna say, oh man, thank you for being here, whatever. Then I'm gonna be like, oh, I'll walk you out. Then I'm gonna walk you out. Then we're gonna do another conversation when we get downstairs, and it's gonna be the same thing. Dap up. Maybe I'll walk you to the gate. We do it a third time. Why does that happen?
I think it's because Midwesterners are afraid of the, like, almost the silence on a phone call.
You think so?
We can't do it. We cannot do it. Like, you are here. Like, we appreciate the time of people around us because it took being Midwest, and I have a lot of family that lives out in the middle of nowhere. It took me 45 minutes to drive here, so I got a lot of quiet time ahead of me before I get like.
No, that's true. I think that's what it is these country roads, bro. We got to drive 30 minutes to go hang out with somebody.
Yep.
One way, so you know.
I'm milking this conversation for as much as I possibly can.
Yeah.
I'm making it worth the trip.
Yeah, no, that is what it is. That's something I've been thinking about for a while, but I think we cracked the code. What's something aside from it was a pho place? Pho? God, pho. Pho. F-U?
F-H-O.
F-H-O.
Yeah.
F-H-O. But it's pronounced
Pho.
Pho. I'm writing it down.
Write it down.
Aside from the pho place, and I'm writing it down F-U so I remember. Aside from the pho place, man, what's something that you think more people need to know about, man? More people need to be put on to? Doesn't have to be food or anything, just anything.
Anything?
Super broad.
Honestly, you're missing out on anime if you ain't watching right now.
Yeah.
The newer age anime is so good.
What are the animes that people should be tapped into?
Demon Slayer is really good. If you want to see beautiful artwork in the show that came out on TV, that's one. Demon Slayer is amazing. Attack on Titan, if you like the bloodier stuff, that one has a good story.
Yeah.
If you want the long running one, One Piece, I will recommend that one.
Yeah. How long are the episodes for One Piece?
They're 30 minutes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Damn. And there's 1,700 episodes?
There is 1,079.
1,079.
Yeah.
Okay, so I was off by
Yeah.
Okay. Still,
It's a lot.
I gotta do some quick maths real quick, bro, on how much time.
When I first started watching, they were in episode in the 700s, and it took me 3 months of just watching that consistently
To catch up.
Yeah, and that's without watching anything else.
How many episodes do you think you were doing a day?
Maybe 6.
God damn, yeah. It's a commitment, you know? What we got? 30 minutes times. You said 1709 or not 17? I keep adding it.
1,079.
1,079. Yeah, dude, that is 32,000 minutes. 32,370 minutes.
Mm-hmm.
Let me do some more math. Real quick.
Yeah. How
Yeah,
many
dude,
years is that?
that's a lot of. That's about 500 some hours.
Mm-hmm.
God,
Yep. It's a couple days.
few days,
Couple months.
bro.
Yeah.
God, that's crazy. But it's good. It's worth it.
Yes.
Really.
Yeah. I tell people if you can make it to episode 500 and if you don't get that punch, if the punch doesn't get you, then you can stop watching it.
500 episodes for me to
500
decide.
500
That's
episodes.
crazy. That is wild, bro. 500 fucking episodes of anything is crazy.
Mm-hmm. A lot of shows don't even make it that long. When people are like, "Oh, I've rewatched The Office 4 times," I'm like, "Fucking casual."
Yeah, yeah, that's nothing,
That's
bro.
nothing
On what you got
comparison.
going
Yeah.
on. So One Piece is legit, and they're still making it.
Yep.
The manga's still coming out, and the anime's still coming out.
Mm-hmm.
Do they ever have a? Is there a no? Like, is there any knowing of like where the direction? Like, does it seem like it may end ever? Or
I want to say they interviewed the guy who wrote it a couple years ago, and he still said I can get 10 years out of this if I really wanted to. So he's gonna keep going.
wow.
Yeah.
That shit scares me. I'll say this. It scares me when people, maybe it's an irrational fear, but sometimes it scares me when people that I'm a fan of that create things start getting older
Mm-hmm.
and there is no end in sight, because I don't want them to be able to not finish their story.
Yeah.
And maybe that's an irrational fear of like, it's selfish of
Mhm.
me to think like, I hope you don't die so that I can enjoy your full concept.
Yeah. That's
But
how I felt with Game of Thrones. The author
Really?
of that book, he's old as shit,
Yeah.
and sadly that show kind of
I
fell the
heard
fu-
that show fell off.
fell the
pretty
fuck
hard.
off real hard. But like
Yeah.
when COVID started coming around, it's like, hey, if you die, let us know who's gonna be sitting on that throne, because we want to, like, people want to finish the story, because
Yeah.
the way the world works, whoever owns the IP is gonna be like another author, like, you think you can finish this, right? And then
Yeah.
they hand it off, and it's like, we don't know was this the
Yeah.
idea? We don't know
Yeah.
this is the idea. So
Yeah, or even like I get weird too with like these long. I guess we're talking about long running franchises a lot today, but you get like long running TV or movies or whatever. If it's like a continuous series, it sucks when like they wait a long time in between projects, because I'm like, dude, like people age, man,
Mhm.
or something bad could happen, and then you
Mhm.
got to recast people, and then it's like I feel bad for the new actor, and you're obviously mourning the old actor, and like
Mhm.
all these things that like go into creating
Mhm.
something, which is sad. Even in Kingdom Hearts 3.
Mhm.
Xehanort, dude. Leonard Nimoy passed away.
Yep.
That was so sad.
For more relatable stuff, Harry Potter, the first Dumbledore died when they were making those movies.
Really?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Goblet of Fire, I want to say, was the new Dumbledore.
He's pretty he's pretty much, is he like the face? He's pretty iconic, right? The face, or do people still consider the first guy?
The first guy had the beard for sure. Like, he had that long, like, beard almost down to the floor. Second guy, he was younger, but he had the more epic battles. Like, he was the one that battled Voldemort and shit.
Yeah.
And I want to say recently that guy just died.
Shit, for real?
He just passed away, yeah.
Dude, everybody going. I found out the guy that sang one of the songs from Shrek just passed away too.
Damn.
Smash Mouth. Yeah.
Oh, yeah, the Smash Mouth lead singer, yeah.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What's going on?
Hey, we're getting older, my man.
God, so sad, bro. I'm just realizing it now. Just like, why is everyone dying? Well, dude, because they were 40 when you were a kid.
Yeah.
Shit, dude, that sucks. That really sucks. Has there ever been a celebrity passing that really hit you?
Robin Williams.
Mm.
When he passed away, that was pretty brutal. Just because I want to say I was like in, what year did he die? Maybe I was a teenager, maybe early 20s. But
When was that? It was a while back.
I was a huge fan of Genie
Yeah.
from the Aladdin movies. I was a huge fan, and I liked Mrs. Doubtfire, and just learning that he passed away, I was like, in the way he passed away, I was like, that's fucking unfortunate.
Yeah.
So yeah, that one kind of got to me.
Yeah, that one stung from everything I heard. I wasn't like I'm trying to think. It didn't hit me at the time. Like I
Mhm.
just looking back on it, it's a sad one.
Mm-hmm.
I was messed up because being a sports person, I was just really messed up with Kobe Bryant's death, with how
Mhm.
sudden that was, especially because it seemed like he was like on this like next chapter of his life. and
Yeah,
he was
just retired from the NBA.
Yeah.
He's getting ready to do his own thing. Yeah, that.
doing
so-
films and shit, and then of course it's like, dude, like not only him, his daughter, and like then it was like 3 other families and their
Mhm.
kids, like just
Yeah.
tragic, dude. I remember when that was going on too, a lot of people, there was all this like conversation online about like why do we care when like celebrities pass and stuff, which I found was really silly, because it's like Robin Williams for instance, it's like you are watching this person in your home
Mm-hmm.
and you're spending countless amounts of time with this person,
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's an intimate relationship. You know, obviously, it's one-sided. They don't know you, but it's like they created it for people to see.
Right. It's joy. It's entertainment, and people wonder, why is this so attached? It's like it's joy. It's entertainment.
Yeah, that's in your heart, dude. Like that, you let them in. Like if you're really moved by any piece of art, like you have to let it in. And so it's like if someone dies that was a part of making that, and you find out about it, it's gonna hurt.
Right.
You know, and if it's sports too, I mean, it's a similar way you could be moved.
Yeah. In your lifetime, for sure. Like when I hear about like authors that have died way in the past, it's like I get it.
I'm not stressing about Edgar Allan Poe, bro. Like, I'm not worried about it. Picasso, like I'm okay.
Good ideas, but I ain't crying over them.
That's what I'm saying. It's like, it's cool to look at, but I don't give a fuck right now. But yeah, it's just like people. It is what it is, I guess. I don't know where I was going with that.
It is what it is.
It is what it is, bro. Fuck them. We are getting close to the hour mark, man. What is something we haven't touched on today that we need to touch on?
Did we touch on everything?
We've touched on a lot. We've touched on a lot of shit. We've been kind of bouncing around a little bit between the anime and video games and shit. With you and the comedy, we'll do that, man. We were talking a little bit off air, and I want people to come see you. I don't want to like you to give jokes away or anything like that. But what should someone expect? Because I was looking through profiles. I'm like, what kind of comedy does this guy do? I was trying to figure it out. I'm like, man, I'm not seeing a whole lot. What's going on? What should people expect? You were telling me a little bit off air.
That's actually a question you get asked a lot in comedy. Like, how would you describe your comedy? And I want to say, I've gotten this after shows. A lot of people say my comedy is humble. It's humble. Like, I'm not making fun of anybody. I'm realizing what I am. I'm realizing what the situation was. And, just very relatable. I've also gotten that, too.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because you just sometimes, and it works for some people, they can be, like, maybe a little bit more boisterous, a little bit, like, larger than life on stage and stuff. And that's cool, too. But so you're more of, like, acknowledge the situation. You're more making fun of situations as opposed to, like, roasting people or things like that.
Right.
Shit, man.
As I'm signed up for a roast battle.
As you're signed up for a roast battle on Wednesday.
I can switch.
What's the deal with this Milverine guy, dude?
I have no idea. I lived in Milwaukee my whole life. It's just some dude that got popular on the internet. People kept taking pictures of him, and now he's like a local celebrity.
Yeah.
He's a pretty chill dude. I got to meet him at the roast battle.
He's coming to this one too, I think.
Yeah, I think he's one of the hosts. So, yeah, he's a cool dude. It's just like I don't know. He's just.
Yeah, I don't know how does that start, man. I'd love to know how that started.
He started just by walking around with no shirt on.
He just kind of looked like Wolverine.
Yeah, he was a jack dude.
Yeah,
and he just walked around without his shirt on, walking his dog, and that was it. And people just kept taking pictures.
Do you wonder if he did that first time on purpose, or you think it was just like a real, true, like, hero's call to action? Like, he just did it one day, totally oblivious, and then somebody was like, "Dude, this should be your thing."
Yeah. Probably just went out. I hadn't had a haircut in a minute. Laundry day, so I don't have a clean shirt, so I'm just gonna go out. And
dude, I gotta tell, my dad kind of looks like Wolverine. Even like, I mean, he's pretty jacked too. Maybe I should tell him to get on that. They could do like a multiversal thing. Yeah, that would be sick, man.
Yeah.
Who are you gonna be for Halloween this year?
Halloween.
Do you dress up for Halloween?
I don't.
Bro,
I don't.
You gotta do something.
I have like a festive shirt. Like I have a cool like booze.
You got
mansion.
A festive shirt.
I have a
that
booze.
Was so data analyst, bro. You're like...
I have a booze mansion, like a Luigi's Mansion shirt.
Okay.
That's about it. I never really got big into dressing. I stopped trick or treating when I was like 8.
Yeah, well, I'm not going trick or treating, but like.
But still, like I didn't dress up after that either.
Shit.
Like I literally was just like I just don't care.
You just no anime characters you would love to go as?
No.
Really?
Not a lot of anime characters with my complexion.
That is.
Could try to go as Huey or Riley from the Boondocks.
That's
but I'm not
fair.
8 years old anymore.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, that is tough. We were trying to get a bunch of people to dress up as DBZ characters, and a couple of my buddies, they're like, "Well, who should I be?" And they haven't seen the show, and I was like, "There's not a lot of Mexican people in Dragon Ball, so I don't know."
You know where you go? You know where you go to find people that do dress up like that? Anime conventions.
That's true.
And Milwaukee has an anime convention. I've been to ASEN, which is hosted in Chicago, which is the largest Midwestern anime convention.
Really? I went to C2E2 a while ago, but that's like a comic. I think that's more comic book shit. But there's still people dressed up.
Conventions, that's where you learn what level nerd you are. Like there's levels to this shit. There's layers. Yeah. Like Shrek. It's an onion. There's layers to this shit.
What layer are you at?
I stop at anime and internet memes. That's pretty much me. Like video games, anime, memes, that's where I'm at. I went to an anime convention and I walked into a hentai panel just to have fun. I'm just like, what could they possibly talk about like drawing titties?
No, you don't gotta lie, bro. If he was into it, he was into
not
it, bro. I'm just kidding.
I'm not into it. But I just
That's
remember
sick.
the guy running the panel had a guy walk up to him and blow him away on the amount of hentai knowledge he had. That's where you learn where you are and the people that are walking around there.
What knowledge do you gotta have on hentai, bro?
I have no idea.
On like drawing the porn?
I walked away from the conversation. I could not overhear it.
See, my curiosity, bro. You need to let me know, bro. I'm gonna come with you next time. That shit, we'll sit down.
I want to do that. I want to do like a whole YouTube video where it's just me and a bunch of people that like diddle in anime and not even have any idea. I want
just
people
learning how far away we are from.
Yeah, just to see the levels. Because at anime conventions, you're getting everybody. You're getting gaming people. You're getting anime people. You're getting like some tech stuff. Yeah. So like you see the basement dwellers that haven't showered in forever. Yeah. Like I've literally seen those signs where like people need to shower. If you smell bad, we will ask you to leave. Yeah. People like that show up to those things.
Why? Yeah. Why does that happen, man? Because I remember, I don't know if it was like this at all when you were growing up, because you're a few years older than me, it seems. When I was growing up, I was into anime, but and Kingdom Hearts and shit like that. But I didn't tell people.
No. You didn't tell a soul?
Because I saw the kids that did, and how they were maybe treated, and they were just weird a little. So those people grow up, and then they are the ones that have to abide by those signs.
Right. Now, don't get me wrong.
Why does that happen?
The culture is weird. But I was at a Chinese buffet with some friends.
Chinese buffet. Okay.
There was a Chinese buffet with some friends, right? We're all having a good time. We get up to leave. There's a guy on the table right behind us.
Yeah.
Big dude, like big dude. I don't want to make fun of him, but he was big. He was a big dude.
He's eating good.
Had 6 plates on the table, sitting by himself. 6 plates deep. Phone, headphones, watching anime. I'm like, bro, you ain't helping the culture.
Maybe he's part saying, bro, they eat a lot. That could be it.
Not by the look of that neck. I don't think so.
The physique
bro.
was
Yeah,
there
was no working out for him. But I'm like, I look at him like, you ain't helping the culture, dude.
Yeah.
You are not helping the culture.
Did you ever do the Naruto run in gym class?
Not in gym class, but with friends.
But you gave it a shot.
Yeah, in parks and whatever.
Yeah. There was a couple people. That's where I never wanted to watch Naruto growing up because they run like that in Dragon Ball too. I realized after rewatching it, but I saw some kids do that in gym class, and I was like, oh, I'm never gonna whatever that's from. Yeah. Whatever's happening to them right now, I'm not gonna be a part of that. Yeah. Well, not realizing it's adjacent to what I was into anyways.
I mean, nerd culture, it's evolved so much because it used to be like no one really knew. It was like self-contained, but now with social media and everything, there's I call it the hot spectrum, and then there's the dark spectrum where on Instagram you can find a lot of attractive people cosplaying as a lot of your favorite anime characters. Don't get me wrong, there are beautiful people out there that are doing this, and they make money by doing it and dressing up and everything. Yeah. And then you get the basement dwelling, no shower having, neck beard having, wear fedoras all the goddamn time, like that.
Fedora.
That is what you're dealing with. That is how large we have gotten.
Yeah. I gotta show you this guy when we get done. This he does like the average Redditor, and he has like this whole series where he's like the average Redditor, and it gets to what you're describing with the fedoras and things like that. Yep. Yeah. Yeah, that's good, man.
That's why I say at conventions, where a gathering place where anybody can come who's interested, that's where you find out where you are on that thing.
Well, and it's what's cool for me as someone who's a little bit more casual, I feel like, is I've got people, like I've got a friend or two in some of these other levels, these other layers. We don't hang out all the time, right? But it's nice to check in, maybe give them an Axe deodorant every once in a while, but like we could check in and I could find out what's really hot. They're like, dude, this is the next thing. Yeah. That's kind of cool.
Yeah, you dabble. Yeah. But they're in it.
They're living it.
They are quicksand in it, yeah.
Yeah, that's fun, dude. We should do that. We should go to a convention, dude.
Yeah, Anime Milwaukee happens in February, so I plan on going.
Bro, yeah. I got wireless mics. I got the setup. I'll have somebody pull up with us, bro. We could be in the field, bro. That would be fun.
Interviewing.
that would be hilarious. That would be so fun.
That would be fun.
Especially because you like and appreciate the stuff. That's the difference. I feel like there is those people that didn't understand any of it and then just don't fuck with anime. They just think it's lame, geek shit, whatever. And they're like kind of, I think those people are missing out first off, but like you have those people. It's different than like you as someone who enjoys it and myself, we enjoy the shit. We just maybe haven't bought in as far.
Right. I'm not one of those people that tries to explain everything to you as well. I'm not one of those people that you say you have an interest in something. I have to give you my 2 cents on everything that's happened within the series. I'm like, oh, you're watching that? Cool. What do you think about it? This is where I am. Oh, this is where you are. What do you think about that fight? Like, I try to make it more of a discussion, more of a topic point, not just I know more than you, which you can fall into in a lot with nerd culture. Just because I've spent a lot of time with engineers, and God, they got to be right all the goddamn time. It's like, how about we just enjoy the conversation? You don't have to be right. You don't have to, like, come on, man. Like,
Or it's like, dude, like, even if, if you're, I'm sure there's been times, especially in even with what you do, where it's like maybe someone who's newer to the job or to the field, or even in comedy, right, where they're talking about something, a concept, whatever, and it's like you maybe know what is right, whatever the answer is of a topic of discussion we're talking about. There's ways to guide everybody there without being a fucking asshole and being like, no, actually, it was episode whatever, like da-da-da-da-da. Like, dude,
like,
I've had sex.
Yeah.
Okay.
I've touched a titty. Yeah. That's all you really
It's like, it's okay, bro. Like, it just, I get it, man. They're like, it's not the same as that dub isn't the right dub. You should have watched this dub. And it's like, dude.
Yeah. Which is also a great thing, because now the dubbing, it's not the old times of the internet where it was just a random studio that got the anime. Like, we can dub it. Yeah, we need money. We can dub it. Come on.
Yeah.
Now it's a much more regulated, and it's much more streamlined. So what you're getting with dubbed anime. So for people out there, if you're into anime, the dubbing isn't bad. Like, it's gotten way better than the fucking early 2000s.
It used to be terrible, and it was funny.
Awful.
It was, I've seen like compilations now on YouTube, because I didn't know growing up, like, you're just like watching whatever's on TV. But now, going back and you'll watch like a compilation, you're like, how the fuck did that character sound like that? Like, why did he say that line specifically? Some of it's funny too, what they think, or what like a studio thinks, and a Japanese company will then like, or would have greenlit at that time for, like, they thought would work well with an American audience. Just crack me up, some of that shit, dude. Like, even in Dragon Ball, like, just like some of like the speeches that they would give, that Goku would give, would be so cringy versus what they are now in like the Kai release, where it's like, okay, that makes sense. They were like, no, it's got to be this way, because Americans won't get it if it's not this way.
Yeah, American kids won't get it if you put it like what the hell?
They'll be fine, bro. They're just there to watch them fight anyways, the kids, So that's cool, dude. That's hilarious, actually. Damn, we talked a lot of anime today, man.
Yeah, that's good. I had to get it out of my system. It's been a minute since I can chop it up with people about anime.
Dude, I appreciate you you teaching me some stuff. You taught me what pho is.
Enjoy.
I'm gonna try some pho.
Yeah, man.
I'm gonna try some pho here soon. Anything else that we should get to before we wrap up today, man?
Come check out the Milwaukee Roast Battle this Wednesday.
What time is it at? It's at the Improv.
It's at the Milwaukee Improv in Brookfield. But it's the Milwaukee Improv. It starts at, I want to say 8. Yeah, $20. $20 a head, I think, is what it's going for.
Do you know how many people fit in there?
Upwards like 400.
Okay. Shit, bro. It's going to be popping.
Yeah.
That's going to be fun.
Yeah.
That'll be cool. So you got that? You got any other shows coming up soon you like to plug?
I will be at Art Bar Thursday for Fallen Star Comedy. This should be fun. It's a little showcase spot RV is putting out for people. And then I just got a feature spot on Cast Comedy this Saturday.
Okay.
That'll be at Great Lakes Distillery.
Oh, that'll be fun.
Yeah.
How's it doing comedy in like a brewery or a distillery or something like that?
Surprisingly, that's where a lot of the shows are.
Yeah.
Is in breweries and distilleries, because breweries, they have the space for it, and usually they have the sound system for it to do that. And they're always looking for events because, you have all this beer, people are trying to move it. So breweries are usually the place that a lot of stuff happens. Like, I run a show out of Oak Brewery in West Dallas. So
yeah. Shit, bro. I feel like it's a good mix, man. People are drinking, enjoying comedy. That's ease the crowd up a little bit, you know. That's fair. You ever had any bad hecklers or anything like that?
Yeah, I've had a couple of bad hecklers. One show heckler, which I remember quite a bit. I remember because before the show, he came over to a couple comics that we were just sitting there waiting for the show to start. He's like, "Yeah, I went to a comedy show before. I loved it. The headliner was great. Had a great time." And just the way he talked, and he was talking about like hecklers and like, "Man, I hate hecklers. I hate them. I think they should shut up." I'm like, this guy's gonna heckle. 100% he's gonna heckle.
Why he come in and tattle on himself like that?
And sure enough, he heckled. I remember I went up and started hosting, and he just started right off the top. I'm just like, yep, and there it is.
Yeah, that's it's got to be a little annoying. Sometimes I'm sure it's fun.
Sometimes, depending if they're trying to be the center of attention or if they're trying to help the show. That's the weird part. A lot of people think they're helping the show when they heckle. It's like, I got it. Don't worry. Like, if I'm bombing, don't worry. I got it. Like, I
get
can
through
recover.
it, man. Yeah. Yeah, I feel like that's tough too. Like, especially when like you're at like an earlier stage of something like that, like comedy, where it's like he's not doing that if he goes and sees fucking Andrew Scholes over at Riverside, or he sees whoever at a big theater. You know, like this dude's doing it because he thinks like, oh, these are comics I don't know, and I'm gonna be a fucking asshole tonight. Like it's funny for me. And it's like, no, you're just a loser.
Yep.
Dude.
You're not on HBO. Well, then obviously I can interrupt you.
Yeah.
Who gives a shit?
And it's like, dude, like have a little bit of respect, dude. Like even the people you're big fans of, like they had to do this shit too. And I don't know. I've gone over like some of the open mics around here and just like got to like watch people, and like there's some really good comics around here. So like I feel like it's whack when somebody goes and they're like, I'm gonna make this about me tonight.
Or someone that just talks through a whole show. I've had that happen before. Parties in the back that don't shut up. Or
how do you address it? How would you address it?
It's kind of hard to explain how you address it. So depending on what the situation is, like if it's just loud and you can't get any type of control and they're just going crazy, the smart thing to do is to just get through your time. Just do joke, 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 joke. Just try to get out of there as fast as you possibly can without any like breaks for air, because you want people to be focused in on you. And if there's a lot of background noise or if you have timing, you lose a lot of people. The terrible way to go about it is to yell at them and try to address them. And I've seen that happen a couple times where fist fights have happened.
Shit.
Yeah, because the comics would go up and they'd say something, you know, that was funny to everyone, but that person is now upset that you just made the whole room laugh at them.
Yeah.
And now I'm going to come up on stage and punch you.
Shit. No one's ever tried to beat you up?
No.
You're too humble. It's humble comedy.
Yeah. He's making fun of himself. Why would I beat him up?
Yeah. Yeah, no, that's crazy though. I don't know what I would do if someone tried to beat me up, dude, on stage. That'd be fun.
Yeah.
That'd be kind of fun. Even if they did beat my ass, I feel like that would be good. Good look. Good publicity.
Yeah, got the spotlight on you. Might be able to get famous, get a viral video going.
Get a good clip, bro. And if you got some other clips ready to go, boom.
Submit that to a comedy club. I don't have jokes, but look at this clip.
Dude, I could be a plant for you, bro. We could set it up for me. And you got jokes, so there we go.
Hey, there we go.
We could do it. But yeah, I don't want to hit you though. That would not be good. But dude, I appreciate you being here, Darrell. I really appreciate you coming through and doing the show. I appreciate you making the time, especially on a Monday night. I know you were working and stuff. So
thank you, man. Appreciate it. Love to be on.
Are you going to the open mic tonight? I know there's open mics on Mondays. Over at
I'll probably stop over there.
Yeah. Well, I don't want to hold you up too long. I know that's probably coming up here. But I appreciate you being on. I want to say thank you to everyone who tuned in live today as well. McKenna, if you don't mind pulling up our patrons, I want to say thank you to all our patrons for supporting the channel. If you guys are interested in getting behind the scenes access to extra podcasts, extra videos, as well as a series where I break down how I mix, master, and record every single one of my songs, go to patreon.com/Darren Rita. You can do that. Support the channel for as little as $1. Also, quick shout out to Go Nuts for sponsoring this episode. And this has been the 224th episode of the Dtalks podcast. I will see you guys next week. Peace.